What is something you might be too good at doing? 2 superpowers here. Directions if I've been there once. I can always get back. Forgetting where I parked is a foreign concept. I don't get it. Food. Minus fast food. Or bad or expensive food. I really don't care where I go out to eat. But wait, there's more. What I'm feeling like. What's that place you were telling me about? Want the usual. What's that fast and friendly spot? And what's the name of that restaurant that has the good appetizers? I always pick the best places. Reading people. Like to a fault. I've had to learn to suppress it. It gets me in trouble. Everyone thinks I'm wrong most of the time. And get mad at me later. I was right the whole time. Notoriously at 15. I told my family that I didn't trust a new evangelist at church. And to not let my little brother or sister be alone with him. I got seriously punished for that one. For days later, that cocksucker was on the news for messing with kids. Getting things done at the last minute. I'm a procrastinator and tend to leave things until I can no longer avoid them. That I work so well under pressure that I always get the thing done and done well. The fact that I'm miserable while I'm doing it, often late at night when I'd rather be sleeping. I never experience significant consequences for my procrastination, and therefore I never, ever learn. Delegating. I have a knack for finding exactly where guys who work for me fit and how I can maximize their production to minimize my effort. I'm a construction foreman. Just today I was sitting in front of my computer thinking to myself, I have all these moving parts and jobs to be done. But it's all covered. What the hell can I do right now? Correcting my wife when she says something dumb, or that she heard in a Facebook video, so it has to be true. It hurts every time she asks, is it real that? So I believe that was called mansplaining or something like that. Every time something is even slightly confusing, she just looks at me and says means. Now it's a habit. My job, technical support, passed over for multiple positions. And my manager actually told me that I wasn't considered for the last role because I can't lose you from here right now. I'm too old to start elsewhere. It's fucking maddening. I'm not even that good. I've just been doing the same thing for so long it's second nature. I'm a good mediator. I can easily calm people down, mitigate arguments, stop kids from crying. It has aided me greatly in customer service jobs. Growing up in a hectic environment as an eldest daughter helped me hone in that skill at LOL. But it can be an unhealthy habit in certain situations. People-pleasing tendencies. Judge of character. You meet the SO of your friends and you have a premonition of how everything is going to go bad. Your other friends will be gossiping and go, "Can you believe that? Yes, motherfucker. I told you it would happen 2 years ago." It's like you read the plot synopsis and don't get to enjoy the movie. Sometimes I worry I have too good a memory. I think I look like I'm lying when I remember loads of details about something I don't really care about. I just heard about it 5 years ago and remembered. Or remembering personal details someone only told me once ages ago. I'd be like, is this guy reading my emails? Worrying. I always imagine worst possible scenarios that are super unlikely but like horrible ways me and my kids die, for example. Like all the time. I'm also way too anxious always. I'm also very good at pretending to be sober when drinking. I'm very good at driving really drunk too. I have absolute pitch and I can't stand when things are out of tune. So yesterday I was installing tension cables on our new deck's railing. And I found myself plucking them like guitar strings and tensioning them equally by tone. I might have a problem, but I'm okay with that. I'm unusually good at organizing anything, and I do it often without even thinking about it. That people start noticing. So I have to intentionally create messes, or intentionally make clutter or disorder sometimes just to seem normal like the rest of the slobs. Appear trustworthy. Too many people tell me shit I don't want to know and ask advice for personal stuff I can't help them with. I get that no one has ever paid attention to you. And I'm just trying to be a decent and considerate human being. Not your therapist. being able to make event staff laugh, entertaining as it is. But I have a special ability to make people running events laugh endlessly to the point where they will do almost anything I ask, whether it be swag, or tickets, or access to anything. Telling people the smallest of details about themselves they told me a long time ago, which usually they forget they told me. I randomly tell people about something they told me, and most of the times it's how TFD know that. Reading people. It makes dating or being friendly at work hard when you can immediately spot someone blatantly bullshitting to your face. Don't get me wrong, I can easily push it aside, but it gets annoying sometimes. Being manipulative, not to hurt others, but how to word things and adjust scenarios to make other people think I'm doing okay, when that may not be the case. Trust me, ask my friends, and I know I'm good at it. Saying stuff with complete confidence. People really will believe anything if said with enough confidence, and the lack of ability or effort to fact check. Boy, am I glad I don't spew misinformation on purpose. My ex-husband says my whole family is pretentious. So that, my bad, I can play Scrabble and do crossword. And use big words. Fuck you, Mike, and fuck your terrorist cat, the only cat I don't like. I've been strength training for well over a year, and I've reached the point where my actual strength has exceeded how strong I think I am. This has resulted in me accidentally breaking a lot of things. Sleeping. I can sleep anywhere, light on, in jeans, whatever. My head hits the pillow, and I'm asleep. I never wake up in the night. My house could probably burn down and I wouldn't wake up thinking. I have a fast mind and reach conclusions often minutes, sometimes hours, days, or even weeks before others. Then I overthink and also get frustrated waiting for others to catch up, instantly recognizing actors from other shows. Even if they are just in a tiny scene and say barely anything, I will instantly know where I have seen the most worthless superpower now. You may be too good to help your friends. I am after moving with two friends who have a different approach to life, lazy people, and want to help them too much, which is not always good. 3D design can make exploded views of machines in my head and fix a design before actually making it in a program. Saves a lot of time, and I know exactly what I want to make. Winging it and improvisation are my strengths. I'm insanely good at it. It comes from my traveling and life I've led, and that I'm essentially too lazy to plan much. Entertaining myself. I can feel perfectly content for a very long time without achieving much. It can backfire when I realize I am missing out on important stuff. Lying. I can talk my way out of just about anything, and afterwards I feel like a badass con artist, but only for a few minutes. Then I realize I'm just a douche. Lying. I had to at times to survive my upbringing. Honesty is something I take super seriously, partially because I feel grossed out by my ability to lie well. Autopilot and just let my brain wander. Helps me with my shifts as line cook at work. Gets me through the day. It's basically a loading screen at that point. Filling a cup with a fizzy drink to the point where the foam goes over the top of the cup, but still not spilling a drop. It makes my fiancé panic every time. Being so factual and objective in arguments that the other person gets upset. That's what happens most of the time. Maybe I'm in the wrong environment though. Walking real quiet. Abusive parents will do that to you. I'm real good at being stealthy. Not proud of it, but I had to be in order to survive my family. Faking being an adult when, in reality, I have no idea what is going on 90% of the time. Just kind of figuring it out as I go, and hoping no one notices. Overthinking. If there's even a small chance for a situation to go awry, by God, my brain will find a way to complicate it and freak me TF out. Reading people well enough to be manipulative. I try not to overuse, like my mother took advantage of, but it comes in handy for emergencies. Being in the way at grocery stores. It's like the world's shittiest superpower. I am always, somehow, always in someone's way, every time. Singing 73 of the lyrics to songs with a bunch of random words and sounds mixed in, while acting out my own music video, clearly for MTV. Teasing my wife sexually, Apparently, I'm so good. I've given her all the orgasms she ever need, and we don't need to have sex anymore. Mirroring other people. I'm 31 and don't know my real personality. I have interests, but I certainly don't have a strong sense of self. Predicting human behavior, NGL. I can see a person and can predict what mood he is in and establish what things he could do from that. I'm really good at estimating prices and values, which makes me extremely cheap and hesitant to spend money when markups are ridiculous. Being adaptable based on my environment. Because of my profession, I'm really good at talking to everyone, including the brick wall. Keeping people in my life way longer than I should, despite them showing at every opportunity given that they don't care about me. Getting myself to stop crying and compose myself before someone catches me falling apart. LOL. I could have been an actress. TBH. Manipulating. My all past best friends was manipulative. My father is manipulative. So I just developed some skills. Recognize people in public. No matter how many people there are, if you are in my field of view, I'll instantly notice you. Coming crying babies. I want to go up to women in the grocery store and tell them, "Give me your baby. I will comment." Navigating areas, roads, directions. I'd even be surprised as to what more if I take official land navigation courses. Charming my way out of trouble. Also making jokes, especially self-deprecating jokes, to avoid dealing with problems.